We're going to cover how to write perfectly converting sales copy on Facebook ads, emails, on your landing page. And to do that, we're going to cover 8 proven formulas that you can use it right away. Because I have released some free copywriting courses, and a lot of people ask me, Jim, these are great, but these are all theories. How can I actually apply it into my sales page, sales copy, or Facebook ads, right? So we're going to cover exactly that. So the first one, let's get right into it. The winners and losers. In this case, we want to agitate what they're gonna have if they don't buy your product or service, but what they're gonna have when they buy a product or service. So we have to underline both with a lot of agitation. So if they buy your product or service, tell about how their life is gonna improve drastically, and so you want to label them as winners. In this case, as a group, a cult of people who actually win in life, right? But if they don't, if they stay right there, if they don't buy your product or service, they will, think about that opportunity they missed time and time again. Let's not talk about this theory. Let's see one example right away. All right, now we can see one example here by Sabri Subi. It's a Facebook ad. So he's talking about a course. You just made the smartest decision of your life, and if you don't, not yet. So we go on down. So we're gonna come. He's talking about this product or service, but he hasn't mentioned the winners and losers yet. Insanely low price. He's still talking about his product, which I don't suggest you first talk about the winners and losers. But this is a great way to remarket as well. So you can use winners and losers copy structure when you are selling. So let's go down. All right, so this is great. Claim this offer simply by clicking the link below. Once you do that, you will be granted access to my entire library. So these are the things that they're gonna get you to be a winner. Direct response copy template. So these are usually not benefits, but features, which I don't suggest you use a lot if you're not a great copywriter. Always focus on benefits. If you're using features, you back it up with benefits. Let's go down. As I mentioned earlier, once the door closes, you won't be able to purchase. A little bit scarcity and urgency here. So here we start to have the winners and losers. No wonder what that will work. No having to figure out yourself. So this part is actually winners and losers. He's implementing at the end, which also works, right? So no wonder what will work. So if you get that product, you will be winner. Why? So you don't have to worry about if it works. You don't have to worry about to figure it yourself. You don't have to call, email people. You don't have to DM strangers. So these are all for losers, right? Begging for referrals. So you don't have to be that type of loser, hoping and praying. So he's underlying that loser mentality when you don't buy your product or service. But here, he also proves it. This works because we deployed this funnel in 400 something places. And you can see, if you become the winner here in this case, you don't need any of this, and you will start making money right away. This is one vague way. I will show you a clearer way of this, which is my website, which I use it, but I don't have this course anymore. But we will just check this out. This is a great winners and losers copywriting formula that I used on my landing page. All right, want to become a digital marketer that makes 6-digit plus. It is frustrating knowing you're not getting paid your worth. This is losers. So I'm underlining what they're missing out. You know what you're worth, but you're not getting that paid. It's not your fault, actually. I'm giving them the opportunity. You need the most desired skills. I'm here to give you a proven system. This is called Big Idea. The 7-day system I recently discovered is the fastest way to learn digital marketing. Let me explain. Although it's new, hundreds of people tested the system and learned digital marketing in 7 days. Thanks to the 7-day system I discovered. Mastering this high-income skill will get your desired salary faster than any other alternative. So I'm comparing them to Udemy courses, blah, blah, blah. So they go on, and you can see I underlined the winners again. An average digital marketer makes $151,000 per year. So this is an average. So if you're just above average a little bit, bam, you're making a ton of money, right? So you will learn how to run ads. This is the biggest skill, and as you can see, if you are a loser if you don't get this course, because you're not getting paid what you're worth. If you're not making this amount, which is six digits, 100K, you're not getting paid what you're worth. and you are actually, in this case, losers. So you can use this really close to call to action. What I suggest you do this is, once you come to call to action, you say, are you an action taker or are you a procrastinator? So once you say that, this is the winner's life, making $151,000, or are you a loser, not getting paid what you're worth? Of course, you don't want to say loser or winner blatantly, because this is going to trigger them and they might report you. Them versus us. So in this case, them versus us formula, they usually come up with a fictional villain. In this case, the government is the fictional villain. The government wants to get tax from us. So we're agitating that problem. And then you provide your solution. That's why I discovered this money-making something, and the federal bank hates us. Here's what you can do. Create a villain in the scenario, and your product or service will be the savior for them. Let's take a look at one example. This one is a proven and example, the headline that actually worked and generated a bunch of sales. Discover how to use secret weapon of big banks and fat cats in Washington to put wealth in your pocket. Put their secrets to work for you. So who is the villain here? Big banks and fat cats in Washington, right? Those are the villains in this story. But here you're providing that solution to the enemy, to the what they have against us, so we can have that and use it against them. Bam! So we can make money with this. Let's cover the third one. The 3 P's is a really popular method and module, whatever you want to call it, method, formula. Praise, picture, push. So in the first one, we want to praise. So it can be cold emailing people. It's usually people use it for cold emailing. Let's say, I really like your channel, Jim, but I really love, especially how I get these ones all the time. I don't suggest cold emailing. I mean, we're in 2023, for God's sake. It doesn't work anymore. But a lot of people still try their chances. I get some emails. Jim, I like your channel. Your last video was amazing. I really like how you talked about this. But they put the picture and they say, your thumbnails are not where it's supposed to be. I can, design thumbnails and get your channel to XYZ subscribers. And then they put a call to action. Let's book a call to discuss what I can do for you. This is a way to do it. But what I suggest, doing it in an ad, which works even better. So let's go, the 3P formula. Here's Tai Lopez used this formula. Maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally, I don't know. Here, so he's actually making us picture in the first sentence. You are standing on a mountain 1,000 feet above the lights, gazing at the city filled with millions of people unthinkingly moving about their ordinary lives. So he's actually making us picture that we are above the mall. We actually made it out of the matrix. So he's praising that, right? He's making us imagine that he's praising us, right? Life up here is very simple. And now he's painting that picture. Let's see what he says. You either join the masses down there or you continue to climb. No compromises, no whining, no excuses, no second chance. Your path is yours is a path that constantly bombarded with people telling you something. This is your mountain. Everybody below says it's unbeatable, but you aren't everyone. So actually, he's also putting the praise here as well. So he is combining praise and paint. But first of all, putting praise is a little bit better. But of course, you can put the praise either first or at the last. So you can say, I know you're not a time waster. I know you're not a entrepreneur or procrastinator. Take action now. You can say that as well. And then at the end, he put the punch there. He's putting his product. That's why I created these 67 steps. The 67 steps came from the teachings of powerful and famous people who conquered their own mountain and have lived extraordinary lives. And then blah, 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 click here to conquer yours. This is a great copy, to be honest, long form, great copy, mainly picturing us, and it has also some them versus us formula sprinkles on it. We can see that. Let's move on to another one, SCH Formula. So the SCH formula has a star, big idea. The star is the S, chain is the C, and hook is the H. So what is the big idea, you might ask? Big idea is what makes your product or service unique. So you got to find that. Let's say you have a phone case which is waterproof. This is your big idea, right? It can be anything. Digital marketing agency that does 1 month of free. That's your big idea, right? You can find something out of an ordinary product or service, but try to make it big. That's the big idea. Chain, series of facts, sources or benefits. Usually what I suggest, use facts instead of benefits, because benefits, you either way have to put benefits in your copy, right? Hook, the reason they should buy, and a strong CTA. You might be saying, Jim, what the hell is this? I'll show you what I mean. Fasten your seatbelts. By the way, if you still haven't subscribed, please give me a subscribe and share this with a friend who needs to learn copywriting. All right, this is one example. Email marketing is our biggest source of revenue. Bam, he put the chain up there and the big idea is below there. So we usually tend to go with big idea first, chain second, and the hook third. But here he switched the method all around. So S, start, the big idea. Let's take a look. Email marketing is our biggest source of revenue. He's putting the fact out there, right? Putting the benefit and the fact. Or he could have said this. Email marketing has generated $1 billion in 2022 from Statista, putting out a fact. And then you put your big idea here. We call it the machine. Bam. It's the big idea. He's coming up with something. Why it's a machine? We don't know yet, right? We have to click on the ad to see what's it. We've outlined our email marketing process below that so that you can create one too. Hook. Bam. CTA. As you can see, they covered this pretty well, but the chain and the big idea could have been, vice versa, one above the other. BYAF Tactic. This tactic is not a tactic that you should use in and of itself. You always want to hook them with the other tactics that I give you now. So, but this means actually this is the coded version of BYAF, but you are free. What does this mean? So you get to tilt the call to action, and then what you're going to say to them, click the link below, don't miss out the chance, or something, people are used to this, right? In this tactic, what people use usually is they say, put the benefits on. They say, this is the best product. We have 90% off, but you're free to do so. You're free to do whatever you want, right? So this goes in conjunction with the other formulas that I give to you. Let's give another example. All right, we have another one from Sabri Subi. You look at my boy go here. So as I said, this formula, BYAF formula, cannot be used in and of itself. So you can add that at the end of your copy. So we're going down. So as you can see, here is the BYAF. Here, you will want to check out some of my other stuff. If not, totally cool. Bam. So if you don't want to do it, we're sure. No pressure, no puppies harm. Perfect. So he's using this technique here. If you don't want to do it, it's perfectly fine. But this is a no-brainer. We have huge benefits, but if you don't want to do it, no pressure. Because people don't like to be sold. They like to buy themselves. All right, let's move on to the other one, which is one of my favorites. All right, we have some more examples for BYAF. We would be glad if you're willing to share some of insights for our 2019 survey. But you're free to say no. Bam. We have one more example. Great way to do call to action. I am sorry to bother you, but can I ask a favor? But you're free to refuse. Bam. Another one. BYAF. My wife and I needed a math tutor for our son. We believe that you would be a perfect teacher for him. But of course, you're free to decide. PAS formula. This is my favorite formula. Even if you're writing a short form copy, long form copy, I use this all the time. Problem agitates a solution. So you identify a problem they're facing and agitate that problem. So if you put that problem right away and say, you're not having any sales, I have my product. Like they're not going to be, everybody underlines the product, but how that product actually, you have to, scratch the underneath to get into under their fingernails, right? You have to agitate it, like make them hurt, make them feel hurt, so they have no option but to attack your product or service and buy, right? So we want to get them to that position. So NBO offered the solution. Let's take a look at one example here. And as I said, this is the one that I use all the time. The problem, I've never seemed to say the right thing. This is probably a dating related service. Trying to talk to people can be stressful. How do we know what to say? We think we have so much to offer, and people just, they will love us. But when we try to have a conversation, we put our foot in our mouth. Damn. So he's agitating. Rather than saying, I've never seemed to say the right thing, and then bam, offering the solution, he's building up. It's literally just like taking a girl's number and asking them to marry me. Like they wouldn't say yes, of course. But if you actually agitate, getting to know the person, agitation process is like getting to know the person, right? You have to agitate the problem. And then he goes on and says, my name is something something, and he explains, he built some credibility here, and how do I stop being so awkward? So he still continues the agitation, and then he offers the solution. Today, I invite you to see to see the exact strategies, methods, and tactics you can use to improve your social skills immediately. Here's some of what I will share with you. Bam, and a call to action. This is a great model. And IDA model, this is, I guess, number 7. So this is a well-taught model that in master's degrees and college education degrees in universities as well. But this is taught as a way to, offer a whole complete marketing plan. But you can use this in a copywriting, legit copy that you're writing, right? Attention, get the attention with an interesting headline. Interest, make them interested with your benefit and big idea. Desire, agitate a little bit so they will desire the product, and then take action. So this is the model that a lot of brands are using. This is Apple. Apple uses this a lot. AIDA model. AIDA. Light dot speed dot. So a person reads this. This raises a lot of curiosity. They will say, "What the hell? This is attention getting, right?" The incredible thin light MacBook Air is now more powerful than ever. Okay, I'm kind of interested. Like, how is it more powerful than ever? What did they do to the new product? It features brilliant something something, and then goes on. And with all-day battery life, so here it is raising our desires. And with all-day battery life, our most popular Mac is perfectly portable, do-it-all notebook. And then starting at $999, bam, they put the action there. So there's literally for the full A to A starts with attention, interest, desire, and action. Apple uses this really well. Let's move on to the 8th one, I guess. They start with BYAF Formula. Here we go. Here's your world now. Underline the problem they are facing. That's the first thing. So before, they are facing some problems, and we have to show the after and bridge that gap. Imagine what it will be like if they had the solution. So that's a great way to paint the picture of the after if they bought your product or service. And then we're going to bridge the gap. Here's how we're going to solve it. This is our product and service, and this is our solution. Let's take a look at an example. This is an email marketing example, but you can use this formula in Facebook ads as well. Hi. So the first thing, but they're using the before and after in conjunction here. Take a really good look here. What would your dream email list look like? A list with 0 invalid emails, 0 spam traps, and 0 people who mark you as spam. So they're talking about the before here. So before, what is before? A lot of spam emails, a lot of problems that we're facing. Subscribers who love getting your emails and rush to open them every time. Bam. So now we're getting to the after part. Here, they're also painting the picture what it will be like if we get to this, whatever it is they're selling, right? Okay. We are asking too many questions. But the thing is a dream email list of yours is not hard to achieve. We've got more than 60,000 awesome customers across the globe who will tell you that. Bam. Now they're offering the bridge. They're bridging the gap. So this is the bridge part. And also they started the bridge really early on. This could have been like just one copy as a Facebook ad here. And they continue to go on with a lot of testimonials. And that testimonials also helps bridging the gap. So this week, you got 25% off what you buy for free. That was it, guys. Hope it was helpful. Please give me a subscribe and take care.